Hello students, how are you? I hope you are doing well. So I have come up with another video. Today I have picked a few questions from the second shift that is the afternoon shift of 24th January 2023 JEE mains. Okay, so let us start solving. The first question I want to discuss is this. The frequency nu of an oscillating liquid drop may depend upon radius r of the drop, density rho of the liquid, and the surface tension S of the liquid as this. The values of A, B, and C are respectively. So this is very simple. This is based on the concept of dimensions and dimensional homogeneity. Okay. So if this is an equation, then dimensionally it should be homogeneous or consistent. So what does it mean? I'll just let you know. Frequency means 1 by t, is it? Then radius is length. This density is mass upon volume, and surface tension is force per unit length. So force is mass into acceleration. Acceleration is Lt power 2 upon length. So this is the sorry. You can collect the powers of m, l, and t, I mean separately, and then you can equate the powers of m, l, and t separately on both sides, and then you can solve them, right? So that is how we have the usual method. But here, what I'll say is that a small, observation can drastically simplify this problem. For example, just see the left hand side there is no m, but right hand side there is m, and m must get cancelled, isn't it? M must get cancelled. So if that be the case, then the powers of these two must be equal and opposite. That is, B and C must be equal and opposite. B and C must be equal and opposite. That is first thing. Second thing, you can see that after all, T is in the denominator in the left hand side. The right hand side also T is in the denominator, provided if C is positive. So these two observations here, that C must be positive and B must be equal and opposite. Is it? So I'll do one thing. So the next line I can write is L to the power A into uh, this will become, I'll take B is equal to minus C. Okay. So this will be M by T square, because L gets cancelled here, divided by this. This is M by L cube or C. So we can see clearly that this is L power A plus 3C, whereas this is T to the power 2C. So equating the powers of L and T on both sides. First you equate the powers of L. You have A plus 3C is equal to 0. Therefore A is equal to minus 3C. And equating the powers of T on both sides, you have 2C is equal to 1. Therefore C is equal to half. So finally we got A as minus 3 times of C. B is minus C, of course. So B will be minus half, because B is negative of C, and C, as we got, it is half. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer must be the first option. If you did not understand this, then what you can do is that you can go with the usual method. You know what is the usual method. First of all, separate the powers of m, l and t here, and then equate the powers of m on both the sides, left hand side and right hand side, obtain one equation. Equate the powers of l on both the sides, obtain the second equation, and finally equate the powers of t on both sides and obtain the third equation. You'll be having three equations in three unknowns. So naturally you can solve them. Okay. Let us move to the second question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason 3. Reason R. Sorry. Assertion A. Steel is used in the construction of buildings and bridges. Reason R. Steel is more elastic and its elastic limit is high. Now students, you must be knowing that you have seen the construction of buildings. You have gone through the, while you pass somewhere, you would have noticed that buildings are being constructed. They use steel wires, that is iron wires. Have you noticed this? It's very quite common. Everybody must be knowing about this. So, use of steel in constructing high-rise buildings is very common, and in fact, high-rise buildings came into existence only once people came to know about the use of steel in the construction. Okay, so the main thing is that the mortar, brick, etc., the concrete, they are not so elastic. In fact, they are more brittle. They cannot take so much loads. Okay, so assertion is absolutely correct beyond any doubt. And the main reason is also very clear. That is, steel is more elastic and its elastic limit is high. That is also true. Perhaps this is the main reason why we go for high-rise buildings. High-rise buildings came into existence only because of this. So both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Okay. Then moving to the third problem. If two vectors P and Q are perpendicular to each other, then the value of M. So it's very simple. We'll be applying the condition of perpendicularity between two vectors. If two vectors are at right angles, then their dot product must be 0, because as per the formula, the dot product has cos of 90 degree in the product, and cos 90 degree being 0, it is so. So if you take the dot product, then multiply the coefficients of I cap on both sides. See, coefficients of I cap on both sides is 4. Then coefficients of j cap on both sides 2m and minus 2. So minus 4m, and finally again uh, quotient of k is m here, and here also it is m. So plus m square. Okay. So this is a perfect square, student. As you can see, m square minus 2 into m into 2 plus 2 square is equal to 0. So this will be m minus 2 whole square equal to 0. Therefore m is equal to 2. So fourth option is the correct answer. So that's all in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and kindly subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button. Thank you so much.